is the Glass Cannon Network.
Here we are, back at it again. Welcome to the Game Garage on the Glass Cannon Network. This is a show where we play tabletop role-playing games. Today we are playing Hunter the Reckoning from the World of Darkness. We're so happy to be playing this game that is debuting. It's a newly debuted game. It's just coming out, and we got a little sneak preview of it so that we could run it with these fantastic players. Speaking of those players, let me introduce them right now. Well, I should introduce myself. My name is Jared Logan, and I'm the Game Master. And with me, I have three fantastic actor improvisers. They are the hosts of the Mega Podcast about a fictional mega church, and they do all kinds of other amazing things. Look them up online and tell them you love them. We have Greg Hess and Holly Laurent here.
Yo.
Say hello, guys. Say hello to the viewing and listening audience.
Hey, thanks so much for being here, y'all.
And listeners.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
It's very nice to meet you.
You all look great.
Perfect. And then someone who has played in many games with me and always brings it every time. She is a improviser, actress, martial artist, and role player, Josephine McAdam, everybody.
Yay.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So here's what I wanted to get right into right now. Before we start our recordings each time, we do a slate where we have to kind of like clap, and that's where we know to start the sound and the recording or whatever. But Greg, every time you do it, yours is so
fancy.
I mean, I know we're not that close, so I don't want to offend you, but it's so wimpy.
I wouldn't call
What's
it
going
wimpy.
on?
Well, Jared, I think you have an idea of you have kind of a toxic masculine thing with the slate.
Yeah.
Where you're like, the slate's got to be hard, and I like my slate to be sort of like,
That is what it sounds like. Every time it's just like a little, it's like a little piff.
Yeah. I think a piff is a perfect example of how there's all sorts of slates these days, everybody. You don't have to be the cowboy of slating. You can just kind of, slate a slight slate. Slightly
I believe in a powerful masculine slate.
Authoritative.
Yeah.
And this is why we got Trump. Anyway.
Yep.
We like a strong man.
Well, I was also noticing people often when they make role-playing game characters, they're like, my character is so powerful and it's a power fantasy and I'm going to make sure that I'm strong in all these areas. But your character, Greg Kip, it feels like you keep telling me, well, he fails again. And that's just the luck of the dice. But you've also you've kind of put his points into interesting places.
Yeah, Kip, the thing that we're going to find out about Kip, I hope, is that for what he lacks in physical prowess and slating, apparently, he's really going to surprise us with some of the manipulative, subterfugative qualities that he's got. So, don't think that Kip isn't going to surprise us.
No, I like it. I like, when someone's like willing to say, oh, my character is weak in these ways, I'm going to play that weakness. And then my character is strong in these ways, I'll play that strength. Because a lot of times when we play role-playing games, we've all played with that player who's like, my character has no flaws or weaknesses whatsoever and is basically a tactical genius who's also handsome and also good at cooking.
And he's an amazing lover, and everybody loves him.
Yeah, his father's really proud of him. I mean, my character's father is proud of him.
Yeah, Kip's not going to win any hearts, but he might skew some minds. So
he's definitely not going to drop no panties.
That is true.
Speaking of skewing minds, we should get into what is happening in today's episode because as we left it, our three hunters, that's Zeke, played by Josephine, who's a Christian influencer, Winnie, played by Holly, who is a teen Christian who questions the status quo quite a bit, and now has an animal companion. She's a beast whisperer.
Yes.
And then, of course, Kip, played by Greg, who is an usher for the church. Our entire chronicle is centered around a church. Kip is an usher for the church who is trying to look out for these kids and getting visions where he speaks to Jesus. Everybody has started receiving some very strong emanations from a supernatural sphere. They are attending a service out in the woods held by a rival preacher who's been drawing parishioners away from their church to his flock. And during this service out in the woods, it was said that you would see angels. The people that had left your church, including Brian Talbot, the youth minister, said that they saw angels. And in fact, while you are in this clearing and he is preaching, and this preacher, Amos White, has worked up a real head of steam, and he's really kind of screaming the word of God at you. Suddenly, a vision appears before all of you. Now, Zeke was able to hold off the strange, subtle, corrupting influence of this false preacher and did not see the vision that Winnie unfortunately saw. Winnie, you see wheels within wheels, wheels of light that become wheels of flesh covered in eyes, and the entire effect is really terrifying. And I have to tell you that based on my roll, you're going to take 2 willpower damage. 2 willpower damage. So make a little cross through 2 of your willpower dots there. Meanwhile, Kip, you were told to do something by Jesus Christ in the form of Louis Anderson. You were told to keep something at the ready for just this occasion. Did Kip do that?
Yes, he did. He, if viewers will remember, it's a small Precious Moments figurine that he collects for his invalid wife, and so he does have that with him. It's a small porcelain boy fishing. Yes,
and so would he like to suddenly manifest a hunter's edge as all of this is happening?
Yes, he would.
Then, Kip manifests the edge, thwart the unnatural. Thwart the unnatural. With this edge, the hunter is able to resist all manner of supernatural abilities, leaving them immune to a wide variety of harmful mental effects. And you may roll composure plus occult, Kip, to see how well this works.
Composure plus occult. All right, Here we go. That's a 5 roll for Kip. So starting to get into Kip's sweet spot. Yeah. Here we go. Hanging on to this little figurine. Well, the dice didn't turn up for Kip this time. He only gets 1 in
okay.
This, so one 6.
Here's something.
I'm
probably.
Sorry. What am I doing? Sorry, I have a new rolling system, and I couldn't actually see inside it because I started to use this little velvet case.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's actually a headphones case. Sorry, I actually got a 7 and 2 6s, so I have
3 successes.
Yeah, 3 successes rather than.
And here's something I should bring up because I bet the viewers have been screaming it anytime anybody failed a roll. If you do fail a roll, or I tell you you didn't get enough successes to meet the difficulty, you can always take a point of superficial willpower damage and then re-roll up to 3 dice in your roll that were failures. That means you're kind of really trying extra hard, really putting your willpower into it. But in this case, Kip, you do not have to do that because as you are holding on to the small fishing boy figurine, you feel the power of God flow through you. You feel a white light that sort of drowns out this sort of bizarre vision that has started to fill the clearing. And so you are aware that a power is being used against you, but you are not affected by it in any way.
Awesome.
Did he perk that or no?
Oh, did you? Are you going to take a perk for thwart the unnatural? Because there are several perks for it. So this would be your second edge.
Yeah, I have an
right?
improvised
So you only
gear
get
edge.
Yeah, so you only get 2 edges and 1 perk, your character. So you can take you didn't take a perk for improvised gear, so you should take one for thwart the unnatural. Would you like to be able to specialize against a certain type of supernatural creature? Would you like to have a ward where the space around you is also affected by your ability to thwart the unnatural? Would you like a recognition ability? On a successful resisting of an ability, you're made aware of the attempt and that what the power would have done to you. Okay, and then there's also hands-free. You would not need your figurine.
Wow. I think... What was the identify what the thing is?
Yeah, recognition.
Recognition.
pretty cool.
I think I'm going to go recognition because... What I know is that I've gotten two different messages about what this thing could be, either an angel or a demon. And Brian is saying angels, but I know about this old lady. I'm also understanding that there are demonic presences and false prophets at play. So I'd like to recognition. I would like a recognition perk, please.
Right, so go ahead and mark that down as your perk, recognition, and you can see with the clarity brought to you by the light of God, Kip, that these visions are corrupting in their influence, and that they probably are so sensual, so absolutely senses shattering, that they probably wear away at someone's sanity. Meaning wearing away in game terms at their willpower, as they have done for Winnie. If you look over right now, Winnie is shaking. Maybe tears have come into Winnie's eyes as she watches. And also you get a very clear look at what the vision is. It just doesn't affect you, Kip.
Yeah.
So, do you guys allow the sermon to continue, or do you act? It's fine to allow it to continue.
Can I flavor that? I think that Zeke was not affected because he's not looking directly. He's got his phone out and is filming and looking at the phone screen right now and just filming everything that's the reactions. What's being said and.
Absolutely. Okay. Yeah. That's great. His phone, I love that Zeke, as a Christian influencer, gets the strength of God through staring at his smartphone.
Yep.
Very good. So everybody in the crowd, and as I said earlier, it's a much larger crowd than maybe you originally anticipated, is crying and calling out and praising the name of God, but they definitely seem to be in the throes of a very emotional reaction. It seems to Zeke and Kip that these people are really going feral as they experience this vision.
We look to Winnie, like, God, are you seeing this?
Yeah. We gotta keep her. We gotta keep her as far away from this thing as we can. This could be really damaging. Really damaging.
Winnie,
are you going to try to get her out of here? Winnie, by the way, you are still in control of your character, but things are a little harder. You've lost a point of willpower, and it's going to be kind of hard to see clearly. This vision is taking up your entire line of sight.
I wonder if Zeke. I wonder if you could. I feel like you should take Winnie to a safer place. At least get her away from outside the clearing. But I have to see one thing before we go, which is what is happening with. There's an old woman that I want to be able to tell what the connection is between the old woman. She's over there. She's the one just to the yeah, just to the left of the stage. She's kind of like, you can see. I just want to be able to see what exactly is the connection between Amos and this woman as this whole thing is going on.
All right, here's what I'm going to do, Mr.
And do I take a roll for that? Okay, yeah, let me know.
Okay.
I'm gonna get Winnie out of here, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reposition so we're on the outside of this clearing but looking in, and I'm gonna get a better angle on this, all right? You look
Hold
with
your
eyes.
tongue! Amos comes straight up to you, Zeke. Are you speaking while God is talking? Because you're not going to hear him.
I hear God loud and clear, sir.
What do you see? What do you see, young man?
I see his holy light, always.
A light. But you see, the rest of us, we have truly opened our eyes. We have opened our hearts to the true God, to the true Jesus.
There's
And
only
because of
one
that-
true God. I want to shine the light of my phone in his face and grab Winnie.
Are you using your edge?
Yes, I'm using my repel the unnatural.
Okay, meanwhile, are you looking toward the old woman, Kip, or are you're probably transfixed by what's happening here? I mean, tell me what Kip is doing.
Well, Kip is, I'm definitely transfixed by what's happening here, because what I'm worried about is I think that Amos is basically calling out Zeke because he knows that Zeke hasn't seen what everybody else has seen. Is that right?
That's correct, or that seems correct.
Because, right now Zeke is going full Crystal Point style, and this is I don't think Zeke has seen this wheel inside a wheel, this Ouroboros of
Flesh eye wheels.
Flesh eye wheels.
Definitely not.
So I think what I need to maybe try to do is convince Amos that Zeke has seen this, because I don't want him to think that we're somehow outside of this thing that's going on.
Okay, great. Then you can step in front of Zeke. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but you're going to intervene here, basically, is what you're saying. So
I'm going to intervene
let me
and try
hear
to
what
convince.
you say, and then, let me hear what you say, and then we'll have a roll.
Okay, great. Zeke steps in between Amos's righteous gaze and Zeke's defensive posture with the phone, and hey, I just think there's been a little misunderstanding here. We're here for service, and we've all seen the power that obviously you're able to channel here, Amos, and of course we are believers, and you've shown us the power that you've had today. Zeke has even told me he saw it too, and I'm kind of looking over at Zeke and giving you this knowing glance, like just go with me here, because
here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm gonna roll my wits and insight, because I don't know if Zeke is gonna know what pick up on what you're putting down.
I don't know either.
I'm gonna roll my wits and insight, which is gonna be 1 die. It's 2 normally, but I got 0 in insight.
And then maybe the one last thing I'll say before you roll, maybe this is backdooring, is Zeke, and Zeke, because you are an influencer. You love you want to get lots of those influence points, right? The thing that we've all seen here today is really gonna make you more popular online, and all the stuff you're up to. If you can just hang with me here, I think this is going to be something a lot of people that you interact with are going to want to know about. So just kind of roll with it.
And speaking of rolling, I think that you need to give me maybe a manipulation plus subterfuge roll.
Okay, here we go.
Do you think that what Kip is doing right now, if this would count as assisting me on my insight?
I think that it might count the other way, because it was really Kip that stepped in and acted, so you're kind of assisting him.
Okay.
Well,
So this is...
okay.
Let me see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. Let me see how the rolls end up.
9, 7, 10, 5.
9, 7, 10. 3 successes. Very good. How'd you do with your 1 die, Zeke?
Yeah, I got a success on the 1 die, so I'm like, yeah.
So
what
tell me
Mr.
then.
Van Poppelen said.
Ah, my friend, the friend of all, Mr. Van Poppelen. Then tell me what it is that you see.
I see something that is greater than anything we've ever experienced at Crystal Point. It's bigger than the gospel that we preach at Crystal Point. It swallows it. It encompasses it. It's
Yes.
clearly
Yes.
a powerful.
You have seen the true light of Christ, and he embraces you. He embraces you in his big, and he's like, we have brought a new member into our flock. Please welcome this friend to all, Kip Van Poppelen.
And I realized in that moment that I never told him my actual name.
Oh, you didn't? Okay, then I think
But no, I think
you just
that's
said
good.
Mr. Van Poppelen, right?
I did.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's
Please
okay.
welcome Van Poppelen. Forgive me, he doesn't say your full name. He didn't telepathically glean your name. But he says, please, this is the point of our ministry. To bring more into our flock, to fill our ranks, to spread the truth, not just across Green Gardens, Missouri, but across the country and across the world. But there is one type of person who is sorely in need of our ministry. And do you know who that is, Mr. Van Poppelen?
I'm gonna guess that it's Brian. Is it Brian?
No, that's incorrect.
That's what I
It's
thought.
not Brian.
Wasn't
Brian,
sure exactly where you.
Brian is experiencing the true vision. The true vision of the angels of the Lord. And you look over and Brian is bleeding out of his eyes and vomiting.
Oh my God.
Because everybody around you is having what is like a really bad ayahuasca experience.
Yeah, it's like a stigmatic of like eye stigma. It's like when statues cry blood.
Yes. He goes, you need to bring us the sinners among you. Those who have fallen away from the word of God. Those are the people we most want to add to the ranks of our army.
Oh gosh.
Because they have lost faith in your false church. And they will be given new purpose in the true one, in the true church.
I hate to think that he's referring to Winnie.
Maybe he is referring to Winnie. Maybe he is.
I don't know.
Winnie, how are you dealing with all of this? What's going through your mind?
I'm wondering if I can use Gnarly at all right now to help me. She keeps licking my tears.
Oh, yeah. Gnarly leaps up on you and is kind of looking at you and trying to revive you out of this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even think you have to roll for that. I think I'm going to let you have that automatically because you suggested it. So I think that Gnarly jumps up on you and is kind of looking at you. And, when he is talking about the sinners, he does look over to Winnie and he notices that the dog is with you. And a look of recognition passes over Amos White's face. And now he is ending his sermon with a long portion about how the sinners must be brought to the service. Those that have fallen away from Christ must be brought here. And as you're watching, you see that a hand goes up, and it belongs to another teenager that's been missing from services. Yeah, that teenager is Vanessa Trumbull. Vanessa Trumbull, and Vanessa Trumbull is a beautiful teenage girl with blonde hair. She's on the cheerleading squad, and you know her as a devout Christian. And she raises her hand, and then she turns and motions to someone in the crowd with her, and you see that she is sitting with one of the most troubled kids in school. One of the children that is constantly being expelled, thrown out of class, who has definitely had run-ins with the police. It's a kid named Tyler Graham. And Tyler is sitting there with her, and he's definitely gripped in the vision, just like, and his eyes are also bleeding. And Vanessa Trumbull says, "I've brought you a soul to save, Preacher White. I brought you a soul." He walks up and he says, "You've done well, Vanessa. You've done well."
And Zeke's like looking at Kip like with the eyes of like, the fuck, man?
Yeah. And I think, and Kip is like, Kip gets the distinct sense that this isn't like being saved. This is like, seems like, it feels like a sacrifice of some sort. It's like someone was like tasked with, I mean, you even said it, like bringing someone to you. Yeah. It's like some sort of strange, not like bringing someone to church. This was like, this feels very menacing.
Yeah, Winnie's got a really bad feeling about this as well.
Yeah, and so like I'm wondering, is Amos tasking in this moment Kip with, does Kip have to produce someone at this moment? Because I'm just worried that I just don't understand what Kip is being
no, I don't
asked.
I don't think he's telling necessarily Kip that he has to produce someone right now in this moment. I think he's telling the entire flock gathered here, the entire audience, that this is the mission he is giving them. And in fact, now he is ending the sermon, and he's telling them, you will go back to your lives and you will search for the people who have fallen through the cracks, those whom no one will miss because they have fallen out of favor with their fellow brothers and sisters. Those who are most in need of saving, bring them to me so that with the help of our Lord, I can counsel them and bring them back into the light. You are welcome here, Tyler. You are welcome. The rest of you, back to your homes, back to your lives, and we'll see you again tomorrow night. And he, you see that he has embraced Tyler and is holding him close to him, and Vanessa is standing nearby, and the other parishioners are slowly coming out of their weird fugue state, wiping blood off of their faces, and they seem really happy, and they're talking to each other in hushed but excited tones about what they just witnessed.
And they're leaving now?
They're saying, it's real, it's really real. And they are leaving.
I turn to Kip and Winnie. We can't leave Tyler.
We can't leave Tyler. Like, no question. What? No. Let's get Tyler out of here.
Okay, let's wait till the crowds, dissipate. Yeah, we can take him. It's just like what, a little old lady and this dude, and I never really liked Vanessa that much. She turned me down in freshman year, and I have never forgotten it. Like, I was really open and like available, and like I brought her flowers, dude.
Oh wow! Vanessa
yeah.
sucks.
Yeah, Vanessa sucks. Yeah, we can take him. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, there's 4 of us.
Oh yeah, gnarly.
Amos White approaches the 3 of you. I'm so glad that you were able to take part in the vision, Ezekiel?
Oh, yeah, I did. Yep. Cool visions.
And I'm so happy to have you with us now, Kip. They tell me your name is Kip.
Yeah, pleasure to be here.
And I see that you experience the full force of our Lord's voice. Sometimes he can seem wrathful. He's talking to Winnie now. Are you okay, sister?
Yeah, I'm fine.
It's interesting. The dog.
Yeah. We seem to have a special bond.
Yeah. Except, well, I've trained that dog. That dog is, it's my dog.
Okay. Cool. We'll see about that. Quick question.
He seems to have taken a liking to you.
Yeah, I mean, that's how animals do, right?
You know, God
don't
gave
like
us.
Me.
No, I remember from last night. My dogs didn't cotton to you very much, did they, Kip?
No, they did not. I don't cotton to dogs.
But
it's all right.
You know, God gives us dominion over the beasts of the field. Please accept him as a gift. And I feel you need him more than I do.
Amos, that's very generous of you. I'm so grateful. That's very, very cool. I'd love to give you something in return, but all I have is an inhaler.
My body is healthy. I have no need of an inhaler.
Oh, nice. Jared, am I allowed to ask him what my vision meant?
Oh, I don't see why not.
Yo, Amos. Yeah, I experienced quite a powerful vision. I'm not exactly sure like what to take from it, but I understand that like everything, you know, that is of God is good and righteous, and I'm able to trust it. Just was wondering if there's like a symbolism to any of the like images that I saw, or if there's some sort of meaning I'm supposed to be deriving from it as a child of God.
I mentioned this in my sermon. God trusts us. We cannot always understand God when we look on his face or we look upon his servants. Their machinations do not always make logical sense to us, but God has finally decided to prove his existence undeniably to his children through me, through my ministry. And so all you need to know is that God has given you a gift. He's showing himself to you. He's proving his existence. You never saw him in your false church, did you?
Never saw anything like not like that. No.
So you may not understand when you look upon the face of an angel, but it's enough to know it's real, and that it's always there, just outside of your field of vision, on the periphery, just on the other side of the thin stuff that we call reality. The veil, yes.
Yeah.
The angels are always there watching.
Yeah.
Protecting you, even when you're alone in your room at night.
Quick question, and not to like split hairs, but you said God trusts us?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So does God still require our obedience?
Of course.
Okay, cool. Because just like relationship wise, I don't think we require obedience of someone we trust. We just trust them.
Well, God is not your peer.
True.
God is is your father. He knows what's best for you.
Is it
He
cool if I...
trusts you as a father, but sometimes he must discipline you.
Is it cool if my God is non-binary?
I don't know.
I mean, why would an all-powerful
I would say you're
deity
being led astray. I would say that you're being led astray by ideas of the false church and false ideas about what constitutes God.
I don't know. Crystal Point genders him as male as well. I just think that an all-powerful deity probably wouldn't prefer to just like pick one gender and therefore like reduce itself to like...
You're excited to debate about these things, aren't you?
Yeah, I love this stuff, man. Mr. White, let's go.
You make a
Well,
super
then.
good point. Yeah, Winnie. This is a good point.
I just don't know if it's a way, all this theology talk, it's probably just better to, trust and obey. There's no other way.
Maybe you'd like to join... Maybe Winnie would like to join me and Vanessa and Tyler here for a private bit of prayer. We were just going to go back to my house.
I love prayer.
Ezekiel, your time will come. But
Zeke's not invited?
Not tonight. Not tonight. This is a small group that I'm gathering. Winnie, would you like to join us?
I mean, this kind of sucks. Tyler. So, Poplin and Zeke's taking off?
It's time for
we're
them to
not
go back to
invited.
their lives. Remember, I need you to find those who have fallen and help them to stand again by bringing them here.
Yeah, what happens to the fallen?
We minister to them. We raise them up again.
Right. Okay. Do y'all only do services in the evening? Just a
So
question.
excited to talk about
School
everything.
night.
I know how I felt the first time I saw the visions. I was so excited to talk and to share it with others.
Yeah.
Your brothers and sisters are out there in the woods now, walking down the hill. Go and share this feeling with them. I'm afraid that Tyler needs me right now.
Mr. Poplin is my ride, but,
Van
I don't know.
Poplin. Mr. Van Poplin.
Mr. VP, MRVP is my ride, bruv. But, I guess I'm always down for a little small group of prayer. Can Gnarly come? Or whatever you call her?
My dog?
No,
Yeah.
my dog, sir.
Yeah, he can come.
All right.
Follow me, Winnie. And he's leading you down the hill toward the house.
Turn to Kip. Dude, okay, what are we doing?
See, I don't think we should be asking these questions. This is like I don't know why Winnie always has to ask the follow-up question, if you know what I mean. You don't always have to get to the bottom of everything.
No,
I know.
yeah, but I mean, to know is to know him.
Well, you know what
or
they say
her or
about
them,
curiosity.
right? I like what Winnie was saying.
It kills the cat. It kills the cat and it bites the dog. It gets your dog bit. That's what curiosity gets you.
I'm gonna get on my phone. I'm gonna stop the recording, and I'm going to go to my apps, pull out of my backpack a drone.
Oh!
You are taking the Edge drone jockey?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Boy, if you asked me which one I didn't expect to see in our adventure, it was drone jockey. So, not only is the hunter an expert in control and maintenance of remote-controlled mobile surveillance and security devices, they are also in possession of one that exceeds the performance of most commercial devices in the field. You have a drone. Great.
Yeah.
Dope.
Okay.
One that seemingly
wait.
needs an FAA license to operate.
Yes, it's an illegal drone.
It's an elite illegal drone.
Maybe Zeke's a bad boy. Zeke is the kind of bad boy who buys illegal drones.
If it's God's will, it's God's will. I always ask him before I do these things. That's why this app's great. Okay, so I'm going to get this drone going. This is a drone that is very sleek, very stealthy, very quiet for its kind of, it's what it far exceeds, right? Is that what this is?
Yeah, it does, yeah.
So I'm going to make sure that it catches up to where Winnie and Amos and Vanessa and Tyler. Is the old lady with them?
What a great question. She's not currently with them, no. And as they're walking through the woods, Vanessa says hello to you, Winnie. She says, "Hi, I'm Vanessa."
Winnie?
Hi.
Isn't this amazing?
Yeah, what do you like about it?
I like that I feel like it's like very underground.
Yeah.
I mean, Crystal Point was just so,
Slick.
I don't know, traditional.
Oh, yeah.
But this is a little scary, you know? I feel, but I can tell I feel like alive, you know? Like we're really doing something here. I mean, you saw it, right?
Yeah, did you?
I mean, it was so freaky, but you can't deny that, like, this man, he's got real power. God really speaks through him.
Yeah, either that or he's slipping us something.
I thought about that too, but, like, I didn't drink anything.
Could be airborne.
Oh, whatever. I'm not. As long as it's in service of God, like, it's an interesting way. I've heard about people, altering their perceptions, using stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like to see God. Like,
yeah.
He says, "All right, we're here, y'all." And he opens the door to the house and he walks in. What's Kip doing?
I'm showing you what's on the screen too,
Kip's leaning over, watching what's on the screen of the drone. Wow, these things are high tech. Wow, this is better than any TV I've ever seen.
Yeah, should we follow them?
So we've basically seen them go in the house, which we kind of knew they were going to do. So I wonder, do we keep the drone? I wonder if we need to, like, also see, we see anything else? Is there anything else that we're seeing on this perspective of the property as they go into the house?
That's an interesting question. Yes, the drone picks up something you didn't notice before, which there is like a back shed that seems quite large back behind the property.
Ooh.
Huh.
Hold on, let me see what Jared lets me get away with. Let me turn on infrared mode.
Oh, well, I mean, look, it says that the drone is equipped with things that beyond that of a commercial drone. I think that it says it can perform 2 skills, and a covert surveillance flyer, which is what it sounds like you have, could have stealth and awareness. So first, I want you to roll its stealth, and then I want you to roll awareness to see if you can pick up in something in infrared.
Are these my stats?
Why don't you roll wits plus technology?
Okay.
Anytime a drone is required to perform a skill test for a skill that you do not possess, use a 1-die pool. Okay, great.
I got 3 successes on the wits plus technology.
Yes.
Very good. So that was for the stealth portion. No one is aware. Well, let me make sure.
Right.
Okay. So as far as you can tell, no one is aware of your drone. You're watching through the camera as Winnie and Tyler and Vanessa and Amos start to enter the house. And now you can switch to infrared and tell me what you're looking for exactly.
I guess I just want to track the bodies, like how many bodies show up?
Very good.
Ooh.
Give me another roll, wits plus technology, to see if you can get that setting to work correctly.
3 successes.
4 bodies show up.
Whoa.
Amos, Tyler, Vanessa, and Winnie. Oh, 5.
Wait.
Here's the dog.
Okay.
Here's
And that's what
Gnarly.
we saw go in. We saw 5 go in, right?
5 bodies are going in. That's absolutely right. Would you like to send your drone? It's so quiet. Would you like to send it? It's a tiny little stealthy jet black flying drone. Would you like to send it anywhere else?
Let's move closer ourselves too, so that we're not like still up in the clearing. Do you agree? Yeah, like.
Yeah, and I'd
moving
say
a little.
let's see if you pick up anything in that shed.
Okay. Oh yeah, the shed. All right. So as we kind of make our way down, just so we're not super far away, should anything start popping off, then I'll start trying to navigate it towards the shed.
Yeah, this
Very
is
good.
A fantastic drone.
So,
Thanks,
you
Nick.
navigate the drone toward the shed, and you can see that there is, a tiny crack that you could maybe manipulate the drone to go inside the shed through the door.
Okay.
Because the drone is small enough, but you need a drone control roll to do that. I would need another wits plus technology roll.
Is it picking up anything from the infrared?
The infrared is showing nothing back in this shed type area.
One success.
Okay, 1, huh? All right. I'm gonna rule your 1 success is success at a cost. Okay.
Okay.
So what happens is you get the drone through the door, but you kind of mess up one of its little propellers a little bit. Mm-hmm. So it's a little louder now, and it's a little bit like shaky in how it's flying. But you do get a look inside this room, inside this shed, and what you see are 2 huge clawfoot bathtubs have been set up, and beside him are and there's like some kind of like gunk in the basin of each tub, and then beside the tubs are big barrels of some kind of chemical.
Oh, damn.
What?
Meanwhile, we're going to take a short ad break, and then we're going to come back and learn more about the horrific house of Amos White when we come back to Hunter the Reckoning, the Game Garage on the GCN. We'll be right back. We're back with more Hunter the Reckoning on the GCN, and our party of hunters who all belong to Crystal Point Community Church are infiltrating the home of a false prophet, a strange preacher who's come to town, who has pulled parishioners away from Crystal Point Community Church and seems to be doing something to their minds. Our influencer teen Ezekiel just sent his drone into the back shed of Amos White, the preacher's house, and has found tubs with chemicals beside them. That's never good. You never want to find that when you look in someone's shed. It's just not something you want to see. No. So while we allow Ezekiel and Kip, who's with him, to kind of consider that, I would like to go to Winnie. Winnie, you enter the home, and you're in a kitchen, and this place is really old and decrepit. Just extremely aged, and even though you can tell that there's a bit of food and coffee and some things set up on the counter that someone could use to survive, you don't know how someone is living in here. You suspect that there are probably raccoons in here somewhere, living in here as well. There are literally holes in the walls and in the ceilings, so you're not quite sure how someone survives in here. Amos stands at the foot of the stairs leading to the second floor, and is like, follow me. There's someone I'd like for you to meet.
I want to
Very
use.
normal.
I want to use my insight and awareness.
Great. So what are you trying to use it to do? What are you trying to figure out?
I don't have any weapons or anything. I'm gonna go upstairs with this fucking creep.
Yeah, and you
he's
actually
hot.
watch.
He's super hot, you said.
Amos is shutting the door. Amos walks back from the stairs and starts to shut the door on your dog. Now, stay outside, boy.
No. Yo, Amos. No joke. No dog, no Winnie.
Well, then perhaps you're not ready for some of the
What?
deeper mysteries of the faith. Go. You're free to go. And he opens the door.
So I can't come in with my dog.
Well, it's an interesting point. Role-playing games always, they go from hardcore action to debating whether a dog can enter the house in the blink of an eye. And that's where we're at right now. But he definitely was trying to make it so that your dog would not come in with you. So perhaps you convince him somehow to let the dog join you?
Yeah, I can convince him. I've got charisma.
And persuasion?
Um,
Roll charisma plus persuasion.
2 and 3.
Oh, nice. Yeah. That's a great pool.
10. Just 1 10. One success.
Just one success.
Fuck.
So, Vanessa and Tyler, could you excuse us for a moment? And Tyler's just like shaking. He's just like still kind of reeling from that vision that he had. Vanessa takes him over to the side, and Amos looks at you and says, "Tell me why you're really here."
I guess curiosity killed the cat, right?
How? How are you controlling the animal? Who are you really? Tell me.
My name's Winnie.
And how are you controlling the animal?
The power of my will.
He's going to try to figure out exactly who you are. Are you trying to hide that from him or tell him the truth?
Hide it from him.
Very good. Give me a manipulation plus subterfuge roll.
Subterfuge is 1. Manipulation.
If you can listen to me, if you can get over the margin of difficulty, if you can get more successes than there is difficulty, then I will allow you to make him believe something about you.
Subterfuge and manipulation. 1 success.
Well, that's not enough to get over the difficulty. So he's like, I know. You're an unbeliever. You've come to make a mockery of my ministry. Well, get out of my house, Satan. Leave this place and pray. What am I talking about? You don't pray. Leave this place and wait. Wait for the new nation of Christ to rise. And we'll see how you survive then, servant of the devil.
I grab Gnarly, and as I'm walking out the door, I say over my shoulder, "See you in hell, motherfucker."
He smiles.
He likes
Yeah.
some gumption.
He smiles. And the last thing you see as the door shuts is him leading Tyler and Vanessa upstairs.
Oh no.
do you
Just
think-
shut the drone inside.
Wait,
the drone's in the shack. Yeah.
Oh,
Drone's
I
in
thought
the
so.
shack.
right now. Yeah,
okay,
but I
okay.
feel like at a certain point I'm like, okay, but I'm worried about Winnie. Like I would have turned it back towards the house, and I assume eventually see her exit.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see her exit. You take the drone out of the shed and you pull it around the front of the house, and you see Winnie exiting with the dog.
Yeah, but is there I'm gonna give Kip a heads up. Like, all right, Winnie's out. She looks okay.
Let's go over to her and maybe she could tell us what she tells us what's up.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
While we do that, is there any open window or anything?
Yeah, there's. I told you there are holes in the side of the building that you could. Yeah,
there's also the window in which the old bone crone was in.
Yeah. Would you like to take your drone into the house?
I'd at least like to get closer, like look in through the window before going in.
Okay, so is that where you're headed, to that upstairs window, or do you want to find one of the other ingresses into the house through like a hole in the roof?
Honestly, whichever is closest to where I see the bodies, right? The infrared, the bodies going. Whatever's going to be closest.
Oh, then that would be that window on the front of the house.
But you're not that stealthy anymore because it's making noise.
Yep.
So I'm not going in, but I will be outside.
Yeah, it's outside.
Okay.
It's
you just spit on yourself, Jared?
It's a farting drone, according to Jared.
Your drone sounds like this.
Okay, yeah, good.
That's not stealthy at all.
A bunch of people are complaining. Please stop making that sound. All right.
ASMR.
So the next thing that happens is that
spit on my microphone.
Yeah, so Winnie, you've exited the house, and are you running back to where you think maybe Kip and Ezekiel are, or are you sticking to the property here?
Yeah, I'm like, yo, what's up, y'all? I don't think I'm going to be allowed at meetings anymore.
Winnie, are you all right?
No, Amos and I had a fight.
A fight?
Yeah, he hates me.
What? Why?
He doesn't think I believe.
Well, what the heck are they doing in there?
Well, you can find out right now because Ezekiel is making the drone raise up to the front window. Is that correct?
And how's it sound?
Yeah.
It sounds like kind of like.
No! You said it's a little less quiet. That's so much.
So I think that you should make one more wits plus technology roll to see how stealthy you're being with your drone right now.
Oh, God. Okay. All right. Is there anything that exists to, like... You know what? I'll ask the question, but I'm just not going to use it for this role. But is there anything that exists, like in Vampire would, like, blood surge to add a die? Is there a mechanic in this to, like...
Yeah, so...
buff up something?
As you guys suffer losses, you'll get desperation. And desperation... creates a dice pool that you can add to do better with your rolls.
Oh, interesting. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't think, you know what? I'm going to say that after your first encounter with Amos, where you got hurt and the dog sort of ripped you up, the desperation's at 1. Would you like to add a desperation die to your roll right now?
To mine? Well,
Yeah.
I didn't get messed up from it. Yeah.
That's
That was just
okay.
me.
That's okay. You know why? It doesn't apply to a single character. It applies to the group. The desperation is at 1 for the entire group, and you can use one desperation die right now if you'd want.
What do y'all think?
Here's the downside to desperation dice. If you roll a 1 on the desperation die, which has to be a different colored die,
Okay.
if you roll a 1 on it, then you've increased the danger. The danger will go up. And as the danger goes up, monsters become more proactive in hunting you down and using their powers to destroy you.
Okay, what do y'all think? Should I use it for this? This seems relevant to the whole group. And so I don't want to just make the choice on my own.
And if we use it here, the upside is that we would possibly find out something.
Let's see what's in
More.
the window,
More.
Well,
I say I think the chances of rolling a 1 on the desperation die are low enough.
Don't say it.
It's 1 in 10 chance.
It's low enough that I think we should, because at this point the
Okay.
monsters have been relatively inactive as far as we know.
And also, y'all, we kind of know what he's gonna do. He's gonna go up there, he's gonna, I don't know, fiddle Vanessa and Tyler or something, and then he's gonna go, melt their bodies in those tubs in the shed.
This wasn't what I thought, but...
I'm talking as me. Winnie doesn't know about the shed yet.
I'll use the desperation die.
Okay,
great.
Okay.
What color is it? The desperation die.
It's black.
Ooh,
Yes.
yeah.
But it was a failure. It's a 3, so I only got one.
But it wasn't a 1, so
It
you
wasn't
didn't
a 1.
increase
It
the
wasn't a 1.
danger.
Okay.
No. I only got 1 success on that roll.
1 success is not quite as high as I'd like for you to roll to keep stealthy. And so...
Wait. I am going to expend a willpower
Yeah.
to
you can do
re-roll
that.
3 of those.
Yeah.
Nice.
So take a
Because
point of
this-
superficial willpower
Yep.
damage. Yeah.
Feels
Can you
important.
take the desperation die out now?
You can't
I'm only
re-roll
re-roll-
you can't
yeah.
re-roll the desperation die.
Oh, okay.
Okay, here we go. I got 3 successes, a 6, a 10, and a 9.
That is
baby.
really good. And so,
So
because
4
you
total,
re-rolled
yeah.
using willpower, you are now successful. And so, your drone raises up to the level with the window, and you see that, and you've taken a long time to get here because you had to get all the way back from the shed, and you were trying to judge how much distance you should get to where they won't be able to hear the now louder drone. And you get up as close as you can, and then you use the camera to kind of zoom in, and what you see is the old woman. Somehow and sometime she got back to the house, and she is holding on to young Tyler, and she has her hand on his forehead and then caressing down the side of his face. And Amos stands beside her, and Vanessa stands beside Tyler. And as you're watching, the old woman pulls Tyler to her, opens her mouth, and 2 glistening fangs are visible, and she bites down into Tyler's neck.
What?
Oh my god.
What?
What the heck? What the heck? What the heck? What the heck?
How?
Quick side question. Did
Yeah.
she show up on the infrared?
Oh, not at all.
Oh,
shit.
Okay. What's happening? What are we? We gotta get Tyler out of there, dude.
No. We're not going
No.
back in there. Yeah, I mean, that could have been you. That could have been you, Winnie. That could have been you.
Wait, is Vanessa just standing there?
Yeah, did we all see it, Jared? Did we
Vanessa
all see the
is-
teeth?
I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah, you all were looking on
And Vanessa
Ezekiel's
saw.
phone.
Yeah, and Vanessa's just a witness to this, right?
Vanessa is a witness to this right now, but she's not quite in the shot where you can see exactly how she's reacting. But
Okay.
she kind of moves out of the view of the window, and you can't see what she's
Basically,
doing.
toggling the infrared on off just to see, but that way we have a camera view to see what's happening since she doesn't
Yeah.
show up on the other one. No, Mr. Van Poplin, are you saying, wait, if it was Winnie in there, would we just walk away?
What if it was Eli?
What if
Van Pop?
what about Caleb and Eli?
Don't
Yeah.
bring my boys into this. Don't bring my boys into this. Nothing is as
What if they're next, Van
precious
Pop?
as my beautiful.
What if they're
Who would
next?
be next? We gotta
Look,
go in.
I do. If we go in, we're putting ourselves in great danger. I do have, in terms of advantages, Van Poplin, or Van Pop as he's now known.
Van
Yo, Van Pop.
Yo, Van Pop. He does
Hey.
have contacts and resources. And I'm
Yeah.
wondering if this is a time when I could maybe call upon some of my contacts and resources in order to so that we don't put ourselves in harm's way, because I don't think we should necessarily bust in on the old bone crone sucking a.
I know what I'm doing. I know what
Okay.
I'm doing.
What?
Well, wait. Okay, so one idea on the table is to that would require, getting in touch with your contacts and using your resources would require you kind of stepping back, reconnoitering and bringing new resources into play, bringing new parties into play to help with this. So that's what Kip Van Poppelen is maybe recommending. We leave now and we come back with more people helping us. Go ahead, Ezekiel. What is your idea?
My idea is live streaming with the drone seeing.
Ooh. Okay. Putting that in contact with. So my pitch is, I know someone in the sheriff's department. He's the type of cop that, well, he's not on the force always, if you know what I mean. He has some extracurricular activities that he does. And what I'm proposing is that we send this to him, and call on his. Basically, it's a signal, a beacon that we need his help.
Cool. And what I'm proposing is we take the thousands of dollars in cash that Van Pop has on his person.
You don't know that.
Go straight to Walmart and get a crossbow. We need a crossbow, man.
Look, I think Tyler's gonna not survive that long.
Okay.
Tyler's not a big dude. Look, she's just going to town right now.
So what I've heard is we go and we get help from the police department, but not from the main police department, but from your friend who's a little bit
the shifty
He's a shifty
cop.
sheriff.
So a bad cop
could be any
a bad cop. He's a deputy in the department. Or we live stream what's happening to everybody nationwide right now. That's one option. Or we go to Walmart, get a crossbow, come back and kick some ass. So
I think it's just too.
as you're
it's
all
too
arguing
late.
about this, what's that?
It's too late. Like Tyler is. It's too late to save Tyler. He's already been sucked dry at this point.
Also, keep in mind that the sheriff was at the clearing tonight. So the sheriff is corrupt. The sheriff has these flesh wheels spinning in his eyeballs of eyeballs too.
Wait, the sheriff was? No.
Yes, there were all kinds of influential leaders from Green Garden. So I don't think we can trust. We could call people in for help and they could be on Amos White's side.
That's what I'm worried about. Live streaming this, that's why if everybody can see it, that's what I'm worried about.
I'm for live streaming it. I am.
I'm gonna live stream it.
Go live. Go live.
Okay.
All right.
So I need a wits plus technology roll to see if you can get the signal just right.
Okay.
Obviously, this house doesn't have a Wi-Fi signal you can jump on. So, we said that this is a particularly resourceful drone, but I need a wits plus technology roll.
Yeah. I'm gonna burn another willpower.
Oh, damn.
Well, wait.
Reroll.
I want to let you know something.
Okay.
Before you do that, and what I'm going to let you know is, as you are, it took you that long to get up there. You saw the moment of truth where the old woman was doing it, but now she seems to be finishing, and she's about to pull. She's about to pull her face off of the young man. You can go ahead and try to get this moment live streamed, but I want your character to determine how convincing he thinks that's going to be. You might think, oh, she's gonna pull her face off of him, and everybody will see what's happening. Or you may think that it won't prove anything.
Let's at least record it.
It's on. I've got the footage. It's just because then people say it's doctored, blah blah blah. Live would have been nice, but
right.
Got the footage. Yeah, if we miss the moment, I'm not gonna burn a willpower. I got one success. I won't burn a willpower to.
It's not enough, and she pulls her face off of his neck, and you can see that her teeth are covered in red, glistening blood. And everything is flickering in candlelight. And then the boy collapses to his knees, and now you hear Vanessa screaming inside of the house, and you see Amos White move off camera toward the sound of her screaming.
Dude, call your friends. Call your friends. What are we?
I don't know.
Can't
Now
just stand here.
I thought she was with them, but now it seems like she's. It seems like she's not. She didn't realize this was going to happen. So
Did you hear those screams?
Yeah. Now I feel like we got to do something, but it's going to take too long for my.
Here's what I'm going to tell you as your storyteller.
Yeah.
If you guys decide to go and regroup right now and come back with more supplies or whatever you want to do, you can add 1 to the desperation pool because you will have just watched them kill someone while you sat by powerless.
Yeah.
That, I think, is enough to increase your desperation. Or you can act now. The desperation pool won't go up, but you might be able to save
I think Zeke goes running in.
Zeke goes running in?
Yeah.
So does Gnarly and Winnie.
All right. Well, Kip is gonna go behind them, and Kip is gonna. Okay.
Kip could make the decision not to go right now. That it's too. But I mean,
Kip is such a freaking putz, man. Why doesn't he just? Yeah. All right.
I took an oath, dude. As he runs.
Okay. Yeah. Kip is not gonna run up the stairs. Kip's gonna. Hey, I'll stay out here. I'll make sure nobody else comes in here.
Oh, you guys are all running down to the house, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna stay out on the porch.
Well, before you even get that close to the house.
Oh no.
And by the way, to run down to the house, you now need to put your drone down. Is that agreed?
Yeah. It's a trade. Yeah.
So you kind of just landed in the yard of this house, right?
I can have it where it's like gonna come back to me as I'm.
Okay, great.
You know.
So as you're running toward the house, the drone is coming back to you. Winnie is running behind you. Kip is running behind you, explaining how he's gonna stand guard outside. And that's when the shining eyes of several canines suddenly appear in the gloom before you.
Dang it, dogs! Dang it! Hate dogs.
They start growling.
Just stay close.
Then they attack.
All right.
Just stay close. Stay close.
What are you going to do this round? The dogs are rushing out of the woods to attack you. There are currently, there were 10 altogether, but you see 5 right now. You see about half of them.
And how far are we to the house? Like, could we just all make it into the house at this point?
About a football field away.
I'm gonna try to repel the unnatural with the ward perk. As we
very, very smart way to handle that. Okay, great.
And
so so that's what you're going to do. What is Kip going to do?
Yeah, Kip's also has the repel the unnatural edge. So could I also roll on that just to make sure we don't get torn?
Kip actually has thwart the unnatural.
Thwart, yes.
Kip is immune to some powers, but Kip cannot actually repel them away. So Kip's ability is. You took repel.
The ward. Yeah, I just wanted to know. I also took the
ward.
ward
will cover you. Yeah.
Right. So if you has ward and I have thwart.
Yeah. Thwart would help powers not work on you, but Ezekiel's power is actually going to repel the creatures in theory. So what you might do, knowing this, is you might get close to Ezekiel, inside of Ezekiel's sphere of influence.
Okay, great.
Okay. And then Winnie, what are you going to do?
Man, I mean, I got a dot in melee. Like I don't know, Jared. What do I do? Like, what do I have at my disposal?
It's a great question. So sometimes we ask, what do you want to do? Even though someone has suggested a really good idea, and you should just kind of go along with that, right? I don't want to tell anybody. Maybe right now Winnie would run away from Zeke into the house, it would be more dangerous. Or maybe right now Winnie gets inside Zeke's sphere of repelling the unnatural, and you guys use that as a way of dealing with these dogs.
Yeah, I'm gonna get inside Zeke's sphere.
Okay, you're gonna get inside Zeke's ward. So then I'm gonna rule that both Kip and Winnie don't need to roll anything this turn. The dogs are going to attack, and all we need is for Zeke to get more successes on his ward roll than they get on their attack.
Okay. Okay. This is what I was holding onto that willpower for, is to re-roll this one. Or 3 of these. Okay, 3 successes.
3 successes is enough. And so narrate your moment.
Alright. He catches the drone in one hand, sticks it back in the backpack, and the phone, the app is open. It says, God, protect. Go into the voice to text mode.
Sure, he voice to text God.
I say, God, protect me and my holy warriors as we try to save your righteous followers from straying too far. Protect us! And it hits send.
Great. And as you do that, your ward spreads out. You feel the light, the heat spread out from deep within you, and it spreads from your phone, the light from your phone, and the dogs, all that were like lunging at you, suddenly stop on the very edge of it. And it can move with you. So are you moving to the house?
Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah,
Okay.
into the house.
You're soon at the door to the house, and you can go inside. Are you going to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're doing this. Yeah.
Okay,
Let's open it. If
The
it's open.
the door's locked.
So can
We're
I
out
take
of combat for this moment because you dealt with the dogs. So
Yeah.
Kid,
I'm
do you
gonna take-
have something?
I'm gonna take a in pocket protector land.
Yes.
yes.
Well, there's paper clips in there. There's a hairpin. There's all sorts of things. So like, Kip does know how to pick a lock. So can I try to pick a lock with the shit that's in my pocket protector?
Yeah, you got that MacGyver edge of gear.
Yeah, give me
I got
your
it.
intelligence. Give me your intelligence plus craft roll, and that means you have the right stuff that you can put together to pick a lock.
Okay.
Oh man, time is of the essence, Van Pop.
That is a 4 dice success, my friend.
4 successes.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Don't even bother with an extra roll to actually pick the lock.
Okay.
You have some kind of, you get them out of weird magazines, like, the Sky Mall type stuff. Like, that's what Kip, he gets all these weird magazines, catalogs in the mail, and you have like an instant lock opener. And of course, it's supposed to be used for when you lock yourself out of the house.
Yeah. You think a Leatherman is cool? Look at this thing.
Ooh.
He pulls it out. It's got
I
like
love the improvised gear thing. It's so fun.
It's so funny, and he puts it in, and it just like it immediately, like, this is an old shitty like lock, and it just like, it's like butter. It just like
the doorknob comes off, and the door creaks open. And what you see when you come in is you see that the kitchen off to your left, and you see that old stairwell, and you see Amos White, and he has Vanessa's hand, and he's speaking very quietly to her. But of course, now he's turning toward all of you, and there's a look of hatred and rage on his face when he sees you. But he seems to have been busy with her and didn't quite expect you to arrive so quickly. So that gives you an opportunity. What are you going to do this round? Just tell me what you're going to do, and then we'll put the dice pools together. What are you going to do this round, Winnie?
I'm sending Gnarly straight at his throat with her fierce jaws.
Great. What are you going to do this round, Kip?
Kip is going to Kip's going to Kip's gonna dial his contacts number on his phone. He's basically like sending out the 911 call to his bad cop friend.
Great. What are you going to do this round, Ezekiel?
Gonna tackle Amos, and put him into like an arm lock, and hold him in place if the dog's going with me.
Okay, Amos is going to try to get down the stairs to something, get around you all. So I know how many dice he's rolling for that. So here we go. Everybody, let's see. No dice pool necessary to call your cop friend, Kip. Let me have the Beast Whisperer command roll, which is going to be a Animal Ken roll. Let's see here. Oh, charisma plus Animal Ken from you, Winnie. And then Zeke, sounds like you're just using hand-to-hand. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd like to use my specialty, Hapkido.
Hapkido. Oh, great. Go ahead and give me a... if you're using Hapkido, you can choose Dexterity or Strength plus Brawl.
I'll do Strength plus Brawl. And so does that give an extra die? Is that what the specialty does?
The specialty will give an extra die. That's right.
I got 2 10s, Jared.
2 10s. That's 4 successes.
Yeah.
Gnarly jumps on Amos and starts ripping at him.
Four successes.
Whoa.
So that equals a total of 8 successes between the two of you, and he only got 2 successes on what he was trying to do. So that means a total of 6 superficial damage is dealt to him immediately. And so you basically have pulled him all the way down the stairs and onto his back, and the dog is ripping at him, and you have him in a hold, Zeke. And he is going to just roll to see if he can remain conscious. Because he's being because you've basically made him fall down the stairs.
Yeah, and I took your skateboard out of your backpack and I'm hitting him in the head with it. I'm cracking his skull.
That's what you can do. You can do that next turn. So he looks like he's in very bad shape, and he just in one round you've managed to pull him all the way down the stairs with the dog and with your martial arts, and get him on the ground and get him in a submissive hold, and he's filled his superficial damage. Plus he took 1 more than that, which means he has 1 aggravated damage. And I think that he is not going to move for a little bit. He's not unconscious, but he's not going to move for a little bit. He's not a threat for a little bit. So what does everybody want to do now? What do you want to do this turn, Winnie? Do you want to hit him? Do you want to continue to give him damage by hitting him in the face with Zeke's skateboard, like you said?
I'm distracted by the old lady. I'm thinking about where is that old lady, and who now has powered up on blood.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, I could go upstairs. She's upstairs as far as we know.
As far as
but there's
we
no
know.
time to discuss it now. You have to act.
Yeah.
So, Winnie, what do you do?
And I'm shouting if I see her aggressive too, in this hole. I'm saying, he could still be saved. Showed up on thermals.
Oh, good point.
I'm gonna run upstairs to see the outcome. I'm gonna run upstairs to the bloodsuck room.
Yeah.
Gnarly and I run up with him.
Okay, so you guys are gonna run upstairs to the bloodsuck room. I'm gonna rule that takes you the entire round. And yes, Zeke, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna shift the hold so that I can cut off his airway just to knock him unconscious.
Okay, right. Okay, great. So go ahead and give me another. This is strength plus your brawl roll. The other two, I'm gonna tell you why in a minute. I want a dexterity plus athletics roll to get up the stairs and into that room as quickly as you can.
Dexterity plus what?
Athletics.
I only got 2.
Okay.
2 success.
0 success.
Okay. So
Sorry,
this
3,
is in.
3.
This is interesting. Okay, 3 successes means you are able to knock him out, as far as you can tell. You're able to knock out Amos as you're sitting there. The other 2, as you run up the stairs, suddenly Vanessa, who was on the stairs, starts slapping at you and pushing at you and going, "Don't hurt him! What have you done? What have you done to the prophet?" And she's slapping at you and hitting at you, and because she got 2 successes, which cancels out Winnie, and is more than Kip got, so both of you are really slowed down in your ability to get up the stairs. And so you do not get up to the room this round. You have
Vanessa
to deal with.
sucks.
Yeah,
You have to deal with the
She's doing?
hysterical Vanessa.
I've always said Vanessa sucks, man.
She sucks. Shouldn't have said no.
So, new round. What do you do this round, Zeke?
Okay, if he's knocked out, then I'll run up to help with this Vanessa situation.
Okay, great. What are you going to do to Vanessa?
Okay, can I reach her? I wasn't sure on the distance. Do I reach her
Yeah,
and
you know
do
what?
something?
You can just reach her. So
Okay.
let's let these guys handle it if they can.
Yeah.
What is Winnie going to do?
I want to reach into some of Van Pop's improvised gear and grab some handcuffs and handcuff Vanessa.
Handcuffs.
Oh, well, that's great, but usually you can't use another character's power. So we would have,
Why don't
but
we
it's a
just
gr- it's a-
why don't I try to hold down Vanessa so that
So me and Gnarly can go after the old bone face.
Can you so you can go see what's in the room?
Okay.
Because I mean, the goal here, we gotta at least see if what's his name,
Tyler is savable?
Is survived.
Is
I mean, if
Tyler
he's
dead? We don't know.
We don't know.
You
but
don't
I mean,
know.
yeah. So I think I'm gonna try to roll to just at least like try to hold Vanessa back so that we can get someone up the stairs into the room.
okay,
Use your
great.
slip ties, dude.
Give me a strength plus brawl roll, Kip, and Winnie. You're just gonna run up to the room, right? Okay, and you're gonna try to get there to help with Vanessa this turn, Zeke. So really, we're just waiting for Kip. Kip, you go ahead and roll. Give me a dexterity
10.
plus brawl. You rolled a 10, a single 10.
Single 10.
Okay, Kip, this is really funny, but you're having a lot of hard time dealing with this high school girl.
She's a
so
cheerleader.
hysterical. She is a cheerleader, but I will say, because you're tackling with her, like trying to get her under control, Winnie, you do reach the top of the stairs, and you do reach the one lit room. You can see it in this small corridor. Do you open the door and go into the room?
Can I listen first?
You can.
What do I hear?
You hear very shallow breathing.
Okay, I kick the door open.
Tyler is laying there on the floor. He is clearly like very pale. Like it looks like he's dead, but he's breathing. So clearly, like all the blood has been drained out of him. And it looks like he could be close to death. That's how bad he looks. But something distracts you. You notice something hanging in the closet.
Oh.
It's a tie, a necktie,
God damn it, Jared.
that you're absolutely sure belongs to your father. And that's his watch sitting on the desk.
Oh my god.
And that's where we're going to end for today.
What?
I got him that tie at the Disney store.
Yes, exactly.
It's a Mickey
I
Mouse
love
tie?
that there's a guy that belongs to the shadowy orgs that fight monsters who
That
is
wears a
wearing
Disney
a
tie.
goofy tie. Yeah. That is where we're going to end for today.
Good.
Wow.
Excellent gameplay from all of my players. I love how the edges are kind of coming into play in the middle of these combats and things. Really, really fun. So anyway, thank you, Greg Hess, Holly Laurent, and Josephine McAdam.
Thank you.
We'll be back for more Hunter action. I believe there's 2 more episodes, so come back and check us out next week here on the Game Garage on the Glass Cannon Network. Thank you and guten Tag.